This is the Iron Trader. This is Midday Trading. Today we're going to look at the Big Oil Etf, XLE, and the Gasoline Etf, UGA. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, or the ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, we have XLE, daily, weekly chart. Now, we know how, look how this came right on down here, sold right off all the way down to this key level right here, about 80.74. Now, it rallied up here right into that 100-day. See that? That's why you trade the charts. Came all the way down here, and now put in the low here of 81.22. So now what we have here is we have a higher low with a double bottom. Now, the key is if it's going to hold. Now, if you close below 80.74, well, then that negates the pattern. So what we want to do is look at the upside. So today we have kind of an indecision candle. Then what we want to do is we want to come to this candle here. You're looking at 82.55. And then we start running up here into all your resistant levels here. We have, what do we have here? On your 8-day, you got 83.72. On your 21-day here, we have 84.04. And then we have on your 50, 84.12. And then we have 84.74. Now, there is a gap here also. So if we look at the top of this candle right here, you have 83.90. And then we look to the bottom of this candle here. What we have is you have 84.29. Okay, so what we have is you gap and you fill, but you have a lot of resistance. If you can get back up here, we come up here to this 100 SMA at 86.74, and then we have a retest here of 87.11. Now, when you look at this pattern here, we had a topping of a 93.69, and then it put in a lower low here, but this is basically a really nice double top here, and it came right on down, sold off very, very nice. Now, this ETF here is all the big oil companies, your Exxon, Chevrons, Schlumberger, all the big stuff is in here. Plus, this pays a 3.6% dividend. Okay, so this is something you might want to get yourself into. This is one of my favorite trades for big oil. Instead of trying to pick out, oh, I'm going to go at Exxon, I'm going to pick up a Chevron, I'm going to do this. This is really an easy way to trade this. Now, what we want to watch is this price channel right here. That is going to be very, very key. That's that 80.74. If that's lost here, then we can come all the way down to these levels here, but probably you're going to kiss this level right here, sitting at 75.36. You have a lot of support here underneath here, but right now here on the daily, you have a nice double bottom here, and you have a lot of resistance, but you have a gap and you can fill. So even if this runs up here, it's still going to be a nice run up here. You got roughly 81.97. If you can run up to that gap, you're looking at 83.90. Now, when you look at your RSI here, very, very nice. This was a good reason why I always bought this here. If you look at this RSI, see the low on the RSI here, and then we have a low. We have a lower low, and we have a higher low. See that positive divergence? That's what you always want to look for here. Now, we have to see how this is here. So even though we have another positive divergence, we got to see exactly how nice that really, really shook out here for a nice long. And then you go up to that 100-day. If you can't get through it, that's where you sell your position. If you can close above, you can add to your position. Okay, pretty basic. Now, your MACD here, well, that green is below the red. That's not looking too good. So we have to see how this is all going to shake out. But I just want to point out here that you have a really nice double bottom going on here in play. So that is going to be very, very key level here. What's going on with this chart here today? Okay. So what we want to do is just look at here on the bottom, this key, this 80.74. As long as that holds, you're good to go here, but you do have a lot of resistance here over here. Now, this big oil isn't really coming into play right now, but big oil will come into play as the seasonality comes in here. Same with the actual commodity here. Mid-February, you can run this all the way on up here, and look how nice this ran all the way up to 93.69. Okay, let's take a look here at the gasoline ETF. Okay, gasoline ETF, your daily and your weekly chart. Now, you have to be careful with this one because it doesn't do a whole lot of volume. See, if you look at the volume right there, basically, you've done almost 16,000 shares, which is really, not much at all. So you can't go there and buying 20, 30, 50, 100,000 shares of this because it's just not gonna play out there for you. But again, now we look at this 691 here that we had on this low, and then we look at this low right here on this here. You're looking at 57.87. So you do have a nice double bottom going on in play, and it's above your 8-day here, which is key, and right there, which is at 60.51, and you're above your 21-day at 61.05. Now we're headed here towards this 61.57. So as oil goes up, natural gas, all this kind of stuff here goes up, it's going to carry this gasoline ETF. Now, look and see here where you're sitting at 61.57. You can see what kind of nice run it had all the way up to 76.08. So if we can get above this key 50 SMA here, then the next in line is going to be the top of this candle at 62.69. Then we have 63.36. You have your price channel sitting there at 63.96, and then we have your 200-day right above that at 64.16, and then you have your old Hondo at 65.11. On your weekly chart here, well, you know, there's a lot of resistance here, 61.15, but you know, the gasoline, this is, you can see here how it's just like a chop fest here. So if you don't like that kind of a trading, then this ETF isn't for you. But this is the gasoline ETF. On the downside here, you want to watch this key 21 SMA at 61.05. You want to watch this 8 SMA here. Let me pull up at 60.51. And then we could come down to these candles right here. There is a gap here, 59.10. And then the top of this candle here is 58.85. There is a gap and a fill here. And then your retest down here at 56.91. But right now, if you can get through that 50-day here, then the odds of going up and going towards that 100-day are very, very good. Your RSI here, that looks like it wants to go on up here. Your MACD is curling up. Your green is trying to get above your red here. That's looking very, very bullish. Same way on the weekly chart here. You're pretty much bottoming out on this situation here for this day to make a nice run higher. I know this isn't really the time of year for gasoline, but eventually this will be. So just keep this one on your radar here. But again, remember, it doesn't do much volume, so you can't go in there with just a pile of shares. But even if it trades, say, I usually go, say, 2,000, 2,500 shares, and then when you sell it or you buy it, you buy 500 shares at a time, and you can slide on through. All right, that's what I got for you today, the XLE for the big oil and the UGA for the gasoline. Thanks for watching.